how many children is it legitimate and proportionate to kill patients in a hospital to get one Hamas scalp?
Wilfred, can I just give you the infrastructure of the international law? Because obviously you're not asking a question based on the international law is asking only one thing. When you're targeting a target, is that a military legitimate target? First question. Second, what's the ratio between terrorists and people that are combat and non-combat? And the international and Israel's rate is 1 to 1.
I mean, law is obviously hugely relevant to this, but it just comes back to a question of proportionality. You know, the start.
We are operating according to the proportionality.
And obviously, some numbers would dispute whether it's to 1 to 1. But again, I don't even need to go into that. I can go to the testimony of Dr. Victoria Rose, who's a London-based NHS surgeon. She was on her 3rd trip to Gaza and documented what happened very closely for us. And she said, I felt at times this was so barbaric what was going on in terms of the numbers of children coming through the doors with bits of their bodies blown off that it had to be displayed. I felt a duty to share what I was seeing. This is actually really happening. So, you know, the testimony that Victoria Rose brought us, the testimony that Dr. Tom Potoka brought us, is that there are more innocent children, let alone adults, at this stage in the conflict that are dying per Hamas scalp that you see.
But you need to remember, we never targeted the children. It's Hamas that needs to be blamed.
And I'm not going to defend Hamas. I'm not going to defend Hamas.
Not, but they need to blame Hamas for creating this reality for the Palestinian people in Gaza.
We can both agree resoundingly about that. But you are the one now pulling the trigger. And we are a long way into this conflict where the numbers of Hamas scalps you get per innocent person, particularly children, that are killed as collateral damage, is vastly reduced. And it does raise the question of proportionality.
I want to go back now to the fact that the Iran war will bring us to a ceasefire. We still have 20 hostages alive in Gaza.
Okay.
Hamas must release them. And we still have bodies they're holding from people that were kidnapped at the 7th of October, and people were dying in captivity, and they need to release them. So we are asking very simple requests from the international community. Pressure Hamas to release our hostages, and we will have a better condition to get to a ceasefire. We agreed to the Witkoff plan. We agreed to any framework the Americans offered to have a ceasefire in Gaza. We are not interested in wars. Every life loss in Gaza, you need to blame Hamas for committing the crimes of 7th of October and committing the war crimes.